We took a month off, but we're back with some more cool tech under 50 bucks. Hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much. Let's begin. I do want to give huge thanks to Lustre for sponsoring today's video. Lustre is a free shopping tool that does extensive product research for you, from reviews to prices, so you can always get the best product for your money. Instead of having to spend hours going through reviews and comparing products yourself, Lustre does all of that for you to give you instant recommendations right on Amazon. They even show me summaries of the reviews they evaluated, so I know I can trust the recommendations. Sources are usually ones I already trust, like Wirecutter, Reddit, YouTube, and niche blogs. You can easily compare prices across stores like Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and know if a product is on sale. So if you don't want your money to go to waste while shopping ever again, then make sure to download Lustre for free by using my link down below. So kicking off the episode is the lithrock volume controller. This tiny device adds a dedicated volume button to your PC or smartphone. It's a very simple feature, but very useful for setups that don't have an audio interface or any way to control the volume conveniently. You can use the scroll wheel to quickly and conveniently adjust the volume of your selected audio source on Windows. This can be anything from your speakers to headphones or even your music player. Tapping the button will mute the volume, and you can tap it again to unmute, but you can also use it to skip tracks when listening to music. So while you're pressing down the button, you rotate it forward to skip the track and then rotate it backwards to play the previous track. Because the bottom part is flat, you can remove the rubber feet easily and add some double-sided tape to stick it underneath the desk if you want to keep it hidden from sight. This is one of those things where you don't really need it, but it's really nice to have around. Man, I've seen my fair share of useless smart locks out there, you guys. They either don't work out of the box or they break down after a couple weeks of using it. Well, I'm happy to report that this one hasn't failed me yet. So I bought this back in December 14th, right after I moved into my new house, because I needed a lock for the outside breaker box, and I gotta say I'm very pleased with this one in particular. You can tell it's built very well. It's a heavy and sturdy lock with a thick 5.2mm steel shackle. At one point I thought it was a little too thick to stick inside the tiny hole. Something I never have a problem with personally. Okay, so the cool thing about the lock is that it's keyless. More often than not, I always lose keys for the locks that I use, so that's why I always go back to using smart locks. This one has two ways you can unlock. You can open it using your fingerprint, or you can use the app. But there is so much more to the app that really separates this from the competition. For starters, you do need the app so that you can pair it with the lock and add a user. You can add as many fingerprints to the lock as you want, and for the most part, it is very accurate. However, I do have to say it is not as forgiving as an iPhone or Android fingerprint reader. You have to really place your finger directly in the center for an accurate read. You can also unlock it within the app and check the battery percentage. As you can see, the current battery life is still 100% since December 14th, which makes sense since I haven't opened my breaker box since I moved in. So the standby battery life is really good. They stated it can last up to 6 months on standby or up to a little over 2,000 unlocks. So what do you do if the lock has no battery? Well, it stays locked and you just have to charge it using the micro USB cable underneath the flap. Pretty simple. I'm gonna say it again, guys. By far the best smart lock I have personally used in the past, 10 years of using smart locks. Definitely worth the price. Up next is another very useful thing to have for your setup or workspace. Imagine having easy access to an outlet. That's it. That's literally what this is. It's a power strip with a clamp. You basically clamp this anywhere in your workspace or desk, giving you easy access to power in the form of outlets and USB ports. They do have a USB-C option as well, but I can't really feature that one because it's slightly over the $50 limit. How many times have you always wanted to reach an outlet to plug something in but realize you don't have any above the desk? So you're forced to bend down, potentially breaking your back just to plug something in your outlet. Well, you don't have to anymore because now you have access to power within arm's reach. You can also adjust the positioning of the outlet by releasing the locking tabs and sliding it over to get your desired reach. You can use the USB ports to plug in charging cables for your smartphones, gaming mice, or anything similar. And then you can use the outlets to power more hungrier tech like laptops, for example. If you guys have a very busy workspace or productivity setup and you're constantly plugging things in and out, then I think this can be very, very useful for you. All right, we are finishing up the episode with some good old RGB, because what is a Cool Tech episode without RGB, right? So this is the Viki stackable 3D puzzle nightlight, because they can't use the word Tetris, otherwise they will get hit with copyright infringement. I mean, let's face it, this is Tetris. It's Tetris in the form of RGB lighting. It's supposed to be a cool and creative way of adding some decoration to your room or setup. But it's also made for kids when you think about it, because after all, it is a puzzle in the end. You can use the shapes and stack them however you want. I'm not exactly sure how each shape lights up, but I do know it has something to do with these contact points. As soon as it touches another shape, it will light up. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? For $25, I would say it's pretty cool. This can definitely spice up your setup. So that will do it for this month's Cool Tech video. I apologize for it being so short. That is unfortunately all I can find for the time being, but I will have everything linked below if you guys want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.